Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool telephone. This is Steve's telephone from New Mexico, and this is a Telequest. It's known as a Softel, and it's associated with the Star Trek series. And I'm not sure which series it's associated with. I'm not thinking it's the very first Star Trek, but you know, this is a 2-line, and it's a really cool telephone. So what we have here is line 1, and that's for Captain Kirk, and line 2 is for Spock. And if it's a later series than the original Star Trek, probably what happens is they get on this telephone and they hit line 1 for Captain Kirk and ask him what they should do. And when Captain Kirk's hanging out and he's not working, then they call Spock. So anyway, Steve's got a very serious problem with this telephone. I can tell somebody's been into this telephone. It's missing some of the screws. And so anyway, we've taken the body loose, and I want to give you another look at this. It's a really cool telephone. And it's very highly collectible and sought after. These buttons are going to just go ahead and drop out. They're loose, but there's a hook switch here, and then you have your tone and pulse switch right here. And then, of course, you have all your different little options. And then you have a light for line 2, or line 1, and then line 2 has its light and a hold button. So it's just a really cool telephone. Now these buttons are going to drop out as soon as I turn it over. I want to give you a look at the inside of this telephone. We already have it loose. And as I was saying earlier, this is a very serious problem with this telephone. When you plug it into the line, it seizes the line, but it never releases it. So we have a definite problem here. And the telephone is going to need to be troubleshooted. We're going to have to take this board out and go through the whole thing and troubleshoot it. Another thing I want to show you here is there's a little slide door for batteries, and that's for the memory dialing. And I know that this isn't going to work, because as soon as I pull this off, you're going to see why. The batteries are actually basically rusted. So that's not good. Kind of give you a look at that. So the batteries are rusted up pretty good, but that's just for the memory. So we know that the first battery faces outward, and then the second battery, or either other, but we'd have to take a look at it closer. But it doesn't really matter at this point. They're in pretty bad shape. And that's just for the memory dialing. So we have another switch here for the bell, or for the electronic ringer. And here we can see Telequest, and then the model is a Softel. And then they have another model number here. But anyway, just a very cool, stylish telephone, very unique. And we're going to have to remove the PC board at this point. But I want to go ahead and plug this telephone in and kind of show you what's happening. So our hook switch, get this straightened out here so that it sets. The hook switches are basically right here. So what we want to do is I want to go ahead and hold them down, and I'm going to plug the telephone in. So I'm going to hold them down and plug the telephone in. It'll seize the analyzer. It's already seized it. And right now it should release the analyzer, but it's not releasing it. So if I hit ring, it's not going to do anything because it's already shorted the line out. Now we can dial, it looks like. I think we can dial here. I'm going to end in a 2. Even flash doesn't hang it up. So the telephone has a pretty serious problem, and we're just going to have to go through it. Might take a little bit of this apart on the initial video because this is the initial checkout, and we want to disconnect our line here real quick. Kind of see where all of our screws are that hold this telephone together, the board in it, the main PC board. Seems like that screw just wants to, like it's stripped, it wants to just keep turning. So we got to kind of help it out there a little bit. Remove that one. See if we have any more screws in there that we need to worry about. Try to pop this board out. We want to try to release our handset cord here. And then we would have our wiring here for our piezo buzzers. Going to have to kind of get into this and see what we find under here. I'm not sure what that's all about. Some extra added electronics or something. Has a lot to do with the piezo buzzer though, for the electronic ringer. Kind of give you a look at the back side of this board. And evidently they didn't want this board to short out on these 2 screws here for the piezo buzzer. But that's going to have to be removed. And then we'll remove this tape here. And this is a protective tape that they put down because these 2 prongs are for the batteries that were in it for the memory. These are very thin wires. And basically what we're going to have to do is get the base away from the bottom cover here. And then we'll have to troubleshoot everything. So it's just one of the steps that we have to go through. It's not uncommon to have to troubleshoot things. And that gives you a little look at what it looks like on the inside. It's a very cool telephone. And it's a 2-line, so you know you have double the trouble because anything can happen to them. And this one is seizing the line and not letting it go. Steve says he can make a call with it, but when he hangs it up, it just holds his line open and causes it to go busy. So we'll just have to go through it and see what we find. We'll do some more videos of this telephone as we move along with the repair of it. And it's just a really cool telephone, very stylish, and I can see why it's associated with the Star Trek series are one of them. I don't know that they may have used it, for all I know, on the TV show, and I don't know which one it would have been, but they may have even used it, or somebody just gave it that nickname and it stayed with it. But it's associated with a Star Trek series or movie or something, and so it's just a very cool telephone. Telequest Softel, 2-line in red. Very cool. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Steve's telephone, and it's a Softel by Telequest. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.